Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got a matchup where time of possession will be a focus. The Bears are top 10 in rushing yards, going up against the Lions front seven that will need to be up to the test.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. First carry now for Jordan Howard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. They go with Howard again. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. Now keep in mind, they did have 3 interceptions last week. Couldn't quite come up with a first quarter pick that time.
But they had to like what they saw in terms of reacting when the ball is thrown. We had an expression when I played. It was called break on it. Every time the quarterback puts the ball in the air, break on the football. Go make a play and accumulate those interceptions.
Former defensive back. You remember those 3 interception games. It can be contagious, give you a little momentum.
They really can, and it doesn't matter whether it's one person or if you spread them across your entire defense. Everybody wants a piece of that pie. It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. They give them 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Here's Riddick. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Now Stafford. And he's got his man. That's Landry. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They give it off here to the tight end. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Darren Fells, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. And he knocks it through. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
This is Howard on 2nd down. He stiff arms it. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. 34 yards there and a first down.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ezekiel Ziggy Ansah with a tackle for loss. Just think he's still learning the game of football. Didn't play a heck of a lot of it in his native country, and at BYU was just scratching the surface before he hit the NFL.
Yeah, from Ghana, where he really liked soccer and basketball, but football's okay for him, right?
Yeah, I think it's worked out very well. Drafted on potential, he's realizing it here.
On 2nd down, Trubisky under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Cameron Wake in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans, and it's an early lead there for the Saints. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. On the ground, it's Riddick. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Here's Stafford now on second down. Out to the flat for Rennick. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 21-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quentin Demps. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
And a great spot to start this drive from here. On 1st down, they run with Howard. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Play clock winding down. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Now Trubisky. Complete. He dropped it in the end zone. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
From the 4, it's 2nd and goal. Running with Howard. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has the better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal?
Here we go now.
Trying to punch it in with Howard. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. While we have a minute, we remind you that later tonight we'll have a couple of NFC East rivals squaring off, the Eagles and the Cowboys from Big D.
Or Arlington. Got to make sure we get it right.
To be more precise there in the Metroplex. Then tomorrow night, Week 11, we'll wrap up with a playoff rematch from the divisional round a year ago, the Falcons and Seahawks, but this time from Seattle. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very solid gain of 27.
Hey, 22.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the Bears. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. They were direct with us. They said last week his 3 fumbles, we want that to be an aberration. Another one right there, though.
And it's going to drive them crazy because we saw them coaching, and all they talked about is the 4 points of pressure when carrying the ball. Fingertips, forearms, biceps, sternum or chest, keeping it high and tight, and they're not getting that done.
All teams go over those points of pressure?
They go over them all the time, and sometimes it becomes 5 points of pressure when you bring the second arm in to cradle the football.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. And that'll be incomplete. Cameron Meredith, the intended target. And it's 3rd and 4.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Green 39.
They go play action. Trubisky, pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board. But the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if. While the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
Now Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now. They've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Returning here is Wright. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They go with Howard to begin the drive. They find some open field here. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bears are able to show off their quick strike ability. It's good to make it 17-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And Detroit getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Second down, offense behind the sticks here. 2nd and 13. So Stafford forced to depart. And they'll turn things over here to the backup to see if he can dig him out of this hole.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. On play action, they'll throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Now it's right. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Another nice run there by Jordan Howard. And when we talk about fresh legs, how about 2016? Jordan Howard, the #2 rookie rusher. Heck, the #2 rusher in the NFL behind another rookie, Ezekiel Elliott.
And the first 3 weeks of the season, he only had 12 carries. So once week 4 hit, really found his groove. First, they go right back to Howard. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Second down, here's Trubisky. Completion left side to Miller. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
First down, Trubisky. Out left here, it's complete to Wheaton. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They go counter with Howard. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard on a his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bears will extend their lead. Second quarter in Cleveland. And the Jaguars have scored again, so they are in the driver's seat big time in that one. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
And one of the things that makes this play so difficult to defend is that it has so many options to it. And the quarterback has to go through them and fast. Do you hand it off inside? Do you keep it yourself? Do you pitch it to a trailing back? On this play, it's hard to say that he made the right decision because that play was swallowed up for no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Partner, I know the ball security is preached like crazy, but every now and then you got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage.
And the pressure gets to him again. Pernell McPhee in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Meanwhile, up in Green Bay, and it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the gun, it's Trubisky. On the right side, this is Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
Now Trubisky to throw. But he locates Wheaton, complete. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Now Trubisky on 1st down. The catch is made by Kendall Wright. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cameron Wake in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. out of the gun. Trubisky. And he whips that one incomplete there.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Trubisky will throw. That's complete to Meredith. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often, a wasted down. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And Frank's kick is good. Elsewhere, a score update from New Orleans. And the Redskins have scored to swing back in front. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And Detroit getting set to go now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to let one fly for Tate. Looking for Tate, and it's intercepted. It's the rookie from Alabama, Eddie Jackson, with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And never mind, Larry, forget your halftime report. Apparently, we are set for the third quarter of action already. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
He'll look to throw. The completion to Riddick. And he is knocked down and then landed on pretty awkwardly. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They go back to Riddick. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And some room to roam now. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
On third down, he'll drop to throw, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Now we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Twisting away. A big boot that time. 57 yards, the official distance. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. Again, it's Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. And a long way to go for the offense here on second down. Now it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the third now in New Orleans. And it's the Redskins scoring again to open up that lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Bears on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 14.
Here we go now.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And he couldn't corral it. It falls down incomplete, but maybe not a big deal given this big lead.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Riddick with a carry. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
Around the NFL, they've gone to the 3rd in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And all the way down to the 39. A big play there for Detroit. 41 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now Riddick. And he loses the football a second time. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Trubisky with the give to Howard. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. 5 yards there, and remember Howard last year, 5.2 yards per rush, so right around his average. The only Bears running back that's averaged that many yards per carry in a single season, Walter Payton.
And if Jordan Howard can keep up that type of pace, the city of Chicago will surely embrace him.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
A give to Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Bears on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7.
4 down. Check. 4 down. 4 down.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted Spotted at the 14-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
They'll set up to throw. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 15 yards there for number 15. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the fourth quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't they?
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And oh, they had him bottled up, but here's a late flag, and a face mask is going to get a much better starting position. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, gun. Here we go now.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. They'll set up the screen to Howard. And he's got some space here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Let's go. 319.
On the handoff, this is Howard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Watch tight. Tight end right. Over. Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Check 3. Set.
On the toss play, Howard. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd down and 12.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Play action. Now Trubisky. The catch made by Miller. 18 yards there and a 1st down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Now let's go. Blue landing. No. Check. Patriots. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Here we go now. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
One tight end. Hey. Four down. Hurry up. Here we go. Blue. Watch it now, Barney. Detroit. Protect the backer.
Now Howard. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
They have gone to the fourth quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. And we're seeing an extension of the lead by the Jags. They're up pretty big. If they can hold on to that lead to the end, it would up their win total to 7. On third down, Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
They'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Onto the field now come the Bears. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
All right, here we go. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They pitch out to Howard. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. And they're really trying.
go. Green 39. No. Check. Patriot. Hurry up. Here we go. Green 19. Set. Green 39. Hurry up. Here we go. Green 39. here we go. 3 and out. All right, here we go. Hurry up, here we go. right, here we go. Green 39. All right, here we go. Set. 319. Hurry up, here we go. Set. Blue 90. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit. Let's go. Green 30. Now let's go. 319. All right, here we go. 319. Now let's go. Here we go now. Blue 90. Set. Blue 90. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hurry up, here we go. Now let's go. 319. 319. Here we go now. 319. Hurry up, here we go. 319. Back 99 Philly, here we go. 319. 319. Hurry up, here we go. Green 30. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit. Detroit. Set. Green 39. Green 39. Now let's go. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hurry up, here we go. Green 30. Here we go now. 319. Detroit. Detroit. Blue 90. Set. Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Here we go now. Green 39. Watch you now, Barney. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Now let's go. 319. 319. No. Check. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Set. 319. right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, here we go. 319. 319. All right, here we go. Green 39. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Here we go now. 319. 319. Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. All right, here we go. Detroit! Detroit! Set! 319. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Set. 319. up, here we go. 319. 319. Hurry up, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Green 39. Green 39. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. right, here we go. All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green. Here we go now. Green, 39. Now let's go. Green, 39. Hurry up, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now let's go. Now let's go. Blue 90. Here we go now. Green. All right, here we go. Green. Now let's go. Green 19. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Now let's go. Green 19. Set. Green 39. Gun, gun. Gun, gun. Now let's go. Green 39. All right, here we go. Green. Now let's go. Blue. All right, here we go. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. Set. Green 19. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. Here we go now. Green 19. Hurry up, here we go. Green 19. Here we right, here we go.